afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Susan is off today. Charlotte Deleste is joining us. Good to have you.
Nice to be here on this Wednesday.
How's life in your world?
Yeah, well, you know, it's in progress. That's the best that we can hope for at this. Breathing and walking upright.
There you
it's
go.
Always a good thing.
There you go. It's good to have you here today. Here's what's making news on this Wednesday, how the U.S. military is making it easier for Afghans and Americans to evacuate the country.
Governor Evers explains just how many refugees he expects Wisconsin to help care for in the near future.
And a multi-million-dollar redevelopment project could make it much more affordable to live in downtown Madison. Let's take a look outside. Summer is still here.
Oh, yeah, and it should be. It is still August.
It's still August. In the weather words, storm chances increasing. We do need the rain.
Yes, that seems like the constant thing, right?
Yeah, always need rain. Austin's in the backyard, getting a little humid out there.
Yeah, we've seen these last few days the dew points rising day by day. It's felt a little bit more muggy outside. And today, you know, it really doesn't feel too bad, but we can really start to feel that mugginess starting to rise. Currently 85 degrees, but the dew points have broken into those lower to even mid-60s for some spots. So it does feel a little bit on the muggier side of things compared to these last few absolutely near perfect days. Still pretty nice out there here today, as most of us are looking to stay dry for the rest of today. But again, those dew points have been on the rise, and we're still looking at most of them in those lower to mid 60s. A few spots are hanging on to those upper 50s, so it's not terrible. It could be a lot worse, but the mugginess is increasing nonetheless. Now our temperatures, it's a warm day outside, mid 80s for a lot of spots, so we really have brought up those temperatures as well. Wind speeds, not so much. They've stayed on the lower side of things, and only a light breeze that I've felt here over these last few minutes. So that's pretty much all we're expecting here for today, but we are starting to see a little bit of some cloud cover overhead. Not quite seeing any rain reaching the ground for most of our communities right now, but we are starting to see some clouds popping up just overhead right now, so that's bringing a little bit of some shade here and there. But overall, what we're looking at right now, it's going to be that severe weather outlook for Friday. Now, as of right now, most of us are not included. We are expecting strong to severe thunderstorm possibilities out west, and I mean out of our state, out west for the most part, but one or two of those could creep into our communities, so we are going to keep a very close eye on that. But later on tonight, most of us are looking to stay dry here with mostly clear skies at a low temperature of 64 degrees. Our southeastern communities may see a passing shower over the next few hours, but that's just about it. But I'll have a look at your extended forecast coming up here in just a moment.
All right, we'll check back in with you, Austin. Thank you. U.S. military flights evacuated approximately 1,000 U.S. citizens, Afghan workers, and their families on flights from Kabul yesterday.
But moving tens of thousands of people out by August 31st is a huge logistical hurdle for the United States. There are reports of chaos outside the Kabul airport, with a NATO official telling Reuters there was a stampede at one of the gates, and the Taliban is reportedly blocking Afghan citizens from leaving. These images are U.S. Marines arriving at Kabul's international airport aboard a military plane and assisting U.S. State Department employees to help them evacuate Afghanistan. Here's Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman.
In the last 24 hours, U.S. military flights evacuated approximately 2,000 more people. Over the last several days, we have processed more than 4,840 people for evacuation. We have communicated directly with all U.S. citizens who enrolled with Embassy Kabul with specific instructions about when and where to go for evacuation flights.
The Pentagon announced that Fort McCoy here in Wisconsin and Fort Bliss in Texas are authorized to receive up to 30,000 Afghan refugees on special immigrant visas fleeing from Afghanistan in an ongoing evacuation effort following the Taliban's takeover of the country. That 30,000 is a top-line number.
Governor Tony Evers said that for Wisconsin, the federal government is telling him it's currently closer to a few thousand. Naomi Coles is in the news center with more. Naomi?
There's a lot we don't know yet, like when Wisconsin will welcome these refugees or how many. Governor Evers said today it's a fluctuating number that could change very quickly. A lot of that depends on just how many people the U.S. troops can evacuate in the coming days. With many coming to Wisconsin, local agencies will also be chipping in to help welcome and resettle them.
The numbers that they're talking about are in the hundreds or low thousands, but you know that's subject to change. We have open arms here in Wisconsin. I do not believe that all of them that come here are going to end up in Wisconsin.
Now for context, I was speaking to a state lawmaker earlier today who told me that before the Trump administration, Wisconsin would welcome an average of 1,000 refugees a year from all over the globe. Under Trump, that number did decline around the country. A few congressmen have encouraged refugees and their advocates to contact them for help in evacuating. Coming up at 6 tonight, I'll tell you if any of Wisconsin's congressional delegation are taking concrete steps to help out.
Naomi, we'll see you at 6. Thank you. The person killed in this weekend shooting near Camp Randall has been identified as 17-year-old Javon Freeney. Freeney had previously been a student at Madison Memorial High School, but had plans to attend Capital City High School this year. His family says they're remembering him as someone who is always positive and are asking anyone with information to come forward.
I just want whoever did this to be brought to justice. If anybody knows anything, seen anything, heard anything, word of mouth, whatever, do what they can do to help find my son's murderer.
Police say nearly 100 people were in the area when shots were fired. Freeney was hit and died from his injuries after arriving at the hospital. Officers say it's unclear if Freeney was targeted in the shooting. Madison police have not yet publicly identified a suspect.
3 people were killed this morning in a multi-vehicle crash on I-94 in Jefferson County. The sheriff's office said the crash happened just before 4 a.m. in the westbound lane when a vehicle pulling a cargo trailer lost control and crashed into a guardrail. A second vehicle then collided with the cargo trailer before a semi-truck also crashed into the trailer and guardrail. The interstate was shut down for several hours after the crash. It finally reopened around 10:45 this morning.
President Biden announced a requirement that nursing home staff must be vaccinated to receive federal funding and participate in Medicare and Medicaid. Earlier in the day, the Biden administration formally announced plans to distribute COVID-19 booster shots for adults 8 months after they've received their second dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. Newly released studies suggest the effectiveness of the 2 mRNA vaccines against infection drops over time due to the rapidly spreading Delta variant. Studies do show the vaccine's effectiveness against hospitalizations as relatively stable. Christina Laurie explains how pharmacies are preparing for another COVID vaccine rollout.
This fall, people who got their Pfizer or Moderna vaccines at least 8 months ago will be eligible for a third dose, pending approval from the FDA. The news comes less than a week after immunocompromised people became eligible for a booster and days before the start of a new school year, Badger football season, and a variety of fall events that could possibly become super spreaders for people who are not protected.
If we can get enough of the population ahead of this virus and we get this virus under control, it'll be much more easily managed going forward.
People who maybe had decided they might not get it or were not ready to get it, saying, okay, I feel like maybe now is a good time.
Chains like Hy-Vee say they're already getting walk-ins asking for a third dose. But remember, the booster will likely not be available to the general public until September 20th. Right now, an average of 7,000 people a day are getting vaccinated in Wisconsin, 2,000 more than this time last month. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
And right now, Public Health Madison and Dane County says it has no plans to reopen the Alliant Energy Center as a mass vaccination site.
UW-Madison says students and employees who are not vaccinated from COVID-19 will have to take weekly tests on campus. So in an effort to vaccinate students and state employees, vaccine clinics opened up inside of state office buildings for the first time today. The clinics are there to make it easier for state employees from all over to get to the clinics that are run by EMI Expeditionary Healthcare and open to everyone 12 and older. Appointments are not needed, and the Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson shots are both available. Joel Brennan from the Department of Administration spoke to us.
Clearly, the Delta variant is different, and we're dealing with a different strain of COVID-19 than we've had to over the last year and a half. And as that shifts, we need to double down on our efforts to ensure people are getting vaccinated.
The next clinic at a state building is August 24th at the Department of Revenue building at 11 a.m.
A wildfire raging in Northern California doubled in size and sent residents running for their lives. East of Sacramento, the Calder fire doubled overnight to more than 53,000 acres, incinerating the small town of Grizzly Flats. Few homes remain standing. The elementary school is destroyed, and there is little left of the church. Hot, gusty weather is fueling the flames that engulf the majestic pine trees of Northern California. Further north, the Dixie Fire continues to rage as the biggest of about 100 active wildfires in the western states. It has consumed nearly 1,000 square miles, the largest in California's history, and still going strong.
If you're a farmer, you may be getting a much-needed financial boost. Governor Evers announced that farmers will get an additional $50 million to support them during the pandemic. He made the announcement this morning at Guernsey Meadow Farm in Columbus. This is the second round of payments to farmers, as the governor previously announced $50 million funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. Governor Evers announced this at a farm in Columbus.
Our farmers are some of the strongest and resilient folks in our state. We know that we must continue to support them, just not through the pandemic, but into the future.
The applications for farmers will be available in the fall. The governor says he wanted to wait until after harvest season to make them available.
It feels like there's housing being built all over Madison, but very little of it is affordable. The Bayview Foundation is hoping to change that, helped by a groundbreaking held this morning downtown. The new Bayview at Regent and West Wash will feature a 48-unit, 4-story apartment building, a 25-unit, 3-story apartment building, 57 2-story townhouses, and 11,000 square foot community center, twice the size of the existing center. The apartments will open in 2022, the townhouses in 23 and 24, and the new community center is projected to open in the spring of 2023.
This is the kind of housing that's desperately needed in Madison for people to be able to prosper, to raise their children, to be able to get to their jobs, to be able to access all the services that they need. This affordable housing plus services is really what's needed to support people.
More than 90% of the fundraising for the entire project is complete. However, they are still trying to raise $4 million. To donate, go online to the Bayview Foundation website.
The housing boom may be losing steam. The National Association of Home Builders reports confidence among builders fell to a 13-month low in August. High construction costs and supply shortages appear to be weighing on the industry. Lumber prices have dropped following a record high earlier this year, but the cost of materials are still up. Also rising, the cost of single-family homes. The National Association of Realtors reported last week the median sales price was up almost 23%. That is nearly $67,000 from last year. The NAHB predicts supply issues could ease in the coming months and return to more normal conditions.
After a major surge in air travel this summer, it hit a 10-week low. As the COVID-19 Delta variant continues to surge, less people are taking to the skies. The Transportation Security Administration said it screened 1.6 million people at airports nationwide Tuesday alone. That's the lowest number since June 8th. Industry experts say that travel typically slumps as kids head back to school, but the rise in COVID-19 cases is also causing travelers to think twice.
The Prague Zoo launched an operation to support the worldwide project called Save the Tasmanian Devil Appeal. The goal is to develop a cure against a transmissible face cancer threatening the species. The project consists of guided tours of the zoo where visitors can watch the marsupials eating and communicating in their distinct and vocal way. Tasmanian devils facing each other, muzzle to muzzle, and shouting. It's nothing aggressive, but just their way of communicating. It seems like my in-laws. The zoo developed merchandise to support the project. Aprons, beers, and seasonings, as the marsupials are named after spices, aniseed, laurel, nutmeg, and sumac. The aggressive illness caused the death of around 80% of the deaths in Tasmania. That's an island state of Australia.
I mean,
it's like family reunions.
They're important, but yikes.
They need to be heard.
Well, now that the Taliban has swiftly taken control of Afghanistan, what lies ahead for the country and its people? We're
going to talk with a UW history professor who studies the region. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
The Agora Art Fair returns Saturday, August 21st in Fitchburg, showcasing the work of over 100 area artists in a variety of mediums, plus great live music, food, craft beer and wine garden, and lots of fun activities for the kids. To learn more, visit agoraartfair.com.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days, looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Mad City Baths is your trusted local source for custom baths, tub to shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. We make bathroom updates easy. Be one of 20 homeowners who receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need. And we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant, or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
The Agora Art Fair returns Saturday, August 21st in Fitchburg, showcasing the work of over 100 area artists in a variety of mediums, plus great live music, food, craft beer and wine garden, and lots of fun activities for the kids. To learn more, visit agoraartfair.com.
Matt, do you agree? Okay.
Steve, welcome back. When you hear largest retailer, don't think of the house that Sam Walton built anymore.
Amazon has surpassed Walmart for that title now, and it is something analysts expected for quite some time, but an increased reliance on e-commerce during the pandemic really accelerated the rise of Jeff Bezos' baby. According to Wall Street, estimates compiled by the financial research firm FactSet, Amazon took in more than $610 billion over the past 12 months, while Walmart took in $566 billion. Alibaba, the giant online Chinese retailer, is the world's top seller. Neither Amazon nor Walmart is a dominant player in China.
I think most of those Amazon boxes came to my house.
He's keeping them afloat. So am I. Back-to-school shopping helped Target hit the bullseye in its second quarter. I see what you did there. Clever. The big box retailer brought in more than $25 billion over the 3-month period. Groceries also helped drive sales. Target says both curbside and delivery services continue to be popular among customers.
It was not a good day on Wall Street as investors digested weaker than expected economic data. The Dow Industrials dropped 382 points, closing at 34,960. The NASDAQ lost 130. The S&P 500 was off 47. Are we set with this? All right. Okay. The eyes of the world, of course, are focused on Afghanistan and the Taliban's 11-day takeover of the country.
So to help us get some perspective on what is going on there and what may lie ahead, we're going to turn to Mo Banerjee, an assistant professor of history at UW-Madison. Mo, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay, can you just give us a quick nutshell of the history of American involvement in Afghanistan so people can get a better understanding?
Very, very quickly, it starts with the Cold War and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. To counter this, the Americans essentially train a group of militia, the Mujahideen, and you will find a reference to this in the Rambo movies, right? And essentially, these are the Mujahideens, these are the fighters who band together after the collapse of the Soviet regime in Afghanistan in 1989 and take part in the civil war that's happening in Afghanistan. They emerge as the Taliban, the seekers or the students in that civil war as one of the most important factions, and by 1996 have taken over the control of the country and began the reign of what is now known as the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. That is the very, very quick recap.
Yeah, it goes back centuries and centuries. Who exactly is the Taliban? I think a lot of people put them all in one group, you know.
With Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Yeah.
But they're not. In fact, they don't like each other.
They are not. Taliban is essentially an Afghanistan group. They emerge out of Afghanistan. Their sphere of involvement is in Afghanistan itself. From the very beginning, their agenda is a takeover of Afghanistan and starting the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda is very, very closely tied with Taliban, even if they are not the same, because of the presence of Osama bin Laden, who was one of the major players in the Mujahideen groups who were opposing Soviet occupation of Afghanistan, and who then later essentially makes the base of Al-Qaeda Afghanistan itself, and as a result has a very, very close connection with the Taliban. If you remember, on September 18th, 2001, when the war on terror is actually declared by President Bush, it is declared because he had demanded that the Taliban hand over Osama bin Laden and the Al-Qaeda operatives who had essentially masterminded 9/11. But the Taliban refused to do so, and that is the beginning of the war. You should also remember, of course, that the mastermind and the people who perpetrated 9/11, a shock that went around the world, none of them were Afghan nationals.
Okay.
So essentially, there is a very close tie, but they are not the same.
Okay, can you explain then, you touched on this, but what do the Taliban want with Afghanistan?
They want to have a very, very strict interpretation of the Sharia, Islamic law. And this is one of the most extreme and restricted interpretations of the Sharia that could happen. It is based on the Hanafi school of jurisprudence, which is one of the 4 schools of jurisprudence in Islam. One of the things that it does, and we have seen this, is essentially circumscribe, narrow down the role of women in society to an almost, impossible degree. They also want essentially to have a country which is guided by those guidelines. The other thing to remember here is Taliban is made up almost entirely of Pashtun tribesmen, and they also very strongly rely on the Pashtunwali, or the code of behavior, the code of conduct of the Pashtun tribes. And it is a very interesting mixture of a very strict interpretation of Sharia and this Pashtunwali that guides what they do. Essentially, they want an utopia. They want an Islamic utopia. But the definition of that Islamic utopia is very strongly based on their very restrictive interpretation, very textual interpretation of the Sharia.
Well, the future is going to tell us a lot of what's going to happen in that country. I wish we had more time. We're just scratching the surface here, but we'll check back with you.
Yeah, there's a lot more to cover here.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
It's time for back to school, so get to Rogan's today for styles your kids will love. Plus, save the receipt and the next pair is half price. Family Savings gets an A+ at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Are you tired of your old bath or shower and ready for a change? Mad City Baths makes bathroom upgrades easy. We install in as little as 1 day, and with so many design options, it's fun. Luxurious patterns like Sierra Sand, Arctic Ice, and White Travertine with microban antimicrobial protection.
When you do cleaning and you go to the bathroom and you had to spend 45 minutes in there, now you can go in and spray in 5 minutes, you're done.
So why wait? Final days. 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower will save with free installation. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program to receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
A great night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Get a Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress for only $67 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month special financing. During our Labor Day sale, save up to $700 on all Tempur-Pedic adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. And with free delivery and Steinhoffels 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
Motorcycle accidents happen fast. Out of nowhere, your life can be turned upside down with all the medical bills, lost wages, and pain and suffering. There's a lot on the line. Don't go it alone. Put a powerful law firm on your side, one that understands the complexity of motorcycle accidents and demands top dollar from the insurance company. Call Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business.
I kept my receipt from the last time I was at Rogan's to save even more and back to school for my kids. The shoes I'm getting today are half price. I get the best savings for my family at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Well, take a look at this. Scientists at UW-Madison have turned the daddy long-leg spider into a daddy short-legs. They did it by altering the spider's genes. Essentially, the researchers turned off 2 genes linked to leg development. It resulted in 6 of the 8 legs growing to roughly half their normal size. One of the goals of the project was to discover how the spider developed such long legs.
Okay.
People with time on their hands.
That's great. So if you are menu planning, think about fajitas for dinner to celebrate National Fajita Day today. The sizzling hot Tex-Mex favorite was created in the 1930s by Mexican cowboys. Marinating the cuts of meat that used to be thrown away makes them more tender. In fact, the word fajita means little strips of meat. The meat is traditionally cooked over an open fire or grill. And once cooked, you build your own taco, essentially with a tortilla. The dish is now a favorite across the country, but be sure to dress it up with pico de gallo, guacamole, and of course your vegetables.
And now I'm hungry. That's a good. I think I'll celebrate fajita night.
That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
If we had Taco Tuesday, you know, just fajita for Wednesday. That's fine. We'll make it work.
All right, Austin, help out here.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I'm a big fajita fan, though. I do have to preface that by saying this. And we're heating things up outdoors again for tomorrow. But what about the cool down that's on the way? That's going to bring some rain chances with it. So when are we expecting our next round of showers and thunderstorms? I'll have another update and look at your full forecast coming up next.
Kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
They were in and out, and you know, I was very satisfied with the end result.
Mad City has over 50,000 satisfied customers, an A+ rating with the BBB, and over 20 years of experience. We can replace your old bathtub with a beautiful walk-in shower, installed in as little as 1 day, with premium wall designs and fixtures for a safe and stylish update. Now's the time to call. Final days for 20 homeowners to get special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. And we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And welcome back. Another beautiful day, but it's starting to get warmer. It's starting to get muggier outside. And of course, as we know, that's going to bring some added rain chances here for these next few days. The humidity continues to be on the rise. We're still looking at a lot of sunshine here for a good majority the rest of today and as well as tomorrow. But Saturday storms, right now, this looks to be our best chance to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. I want to open things up by talking about dew points, however, because they have been increasing. Areas like Mineral Point at 55 degrees. Not too bad, but it does look like most of us, however, are in those low to even middle 60s. We're even looking at some upper 60s right now with the dew points. Janesville, Watertown, both at 68 degrees as of right now. So quite a bit muggier than where we were just over this last weekend and the earlier part of this work week. And our temperatures also on the rise. 85 degrees right now in Madison, 88 in Janesville. We're still at a pretty comfortable 83 degrees in Wisconsin Dells as of right now, but their neighbors to the north in Camp Douglas still at about 84. Now our heat index, we're not seeing high enough humidity to really crank up these heat indices, but most of these are very similar, if not just a degree or two above what our actual air temperatures are. We have broken into the 90s for some spots. However, Lone Rock does feel like it's about 90 degrees. Janesville right now, heat index at 91. Definitely a pretty warm day outside for today, but the high temperature trend does show that we're going to stay a little bit above average for some time before we do actually cool things right back down. Average high temperature slowly working its way down, still in the upper 70s as of right now. And towards the end of this forecast, we are going to balance out right around those upper 70s and low 80s, but we are going to sit a little bit above average in the meantime. But you take a look at our wind speeds, pretty calm as of right now, just about 5, possibly 10 miles per hour, even less than that for some spots. Lone Rock currently not even seeing any breezes, but our rain chances, again, I do want to point out on Saturday, our best chance to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Other than that, we don't really have any major chances that are jumping out at us, but it does look like that next Tuesday and Wednesday also do include a chance to see a passing shower or thunderstorm. Now we're still in need of some more rainfall as our drought monitor shows that moderate drought phase here for our southern communities. Not going to see too much of that here for today, but one area that we are looking at here down around the Chicago area, we are starting to see some pop-up showers and weaker thunderstorms. 1 or 2 of those could sneak into some of our southeastern communities, but that's about all we're looking at here for today. Severe weather outlook again for Friday does show a pretty decent chance out to our west. Minneapolis, Waterloo included right there for that slight risk. But for us locally, watch what happens here by the time we get through these 2 next generally dry days here. By the time we see late Friday night and early Saturday morning, that's whenever that next system is expected to come through, bringing some of those strong thunderstorms out west, but they really do like to fall apart as they make their way here locally. So that's what we're watching out for as of right now. Another look at your extended forecast does show those pretty warm days, a few rain chances along the way as well, but unfortunately the humidity, that's going to be here to last for these next few days. We do have to keep that in mind as it stays pretty warm and sticky out there.
All right, keep the deodorant handy.
We'll need it.
All right, also thank you. An Amazon tractor trailer driver decided to make their own exit off an interstate in Texas, and it didn't go so well.
Jeannie Mose reports on the shortcut that went long.
It's enough to get a chuckle out of even an Amazon package. There on Interstate 45, headed to Dallas, an Amazon tractor trailer cut across the grass to get out of a traffic jam caused by an accident, headed for a service road. Cammie Hardman recorded the scene, which she called wild.
I was pretty amazed. I really didn't expect it to make it through, but somehow he did.
The Amazon truck wasn't the first to attempt the shortcut, and others followed the tractor trailer across the grass.
We were dying laughing. I kind of started singing the TikTok song, the Jeff Bezos one.
Jeffrey Bezos, come on Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it.
It's the song comedian-musician Bo Burnham performed in his Netflix special In Sauce.
Come on Jeffrey, you can do it.
It's become an anthem from mocking Amazon's founder, creators adding it to TikTok videos showing an Amazon delivery van braving floodwaters in Michigan that sidelined other vehicles.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Or an Amazon worker delivering packages in the midst of homes damaged by a tornado outside Chicago. TikTokers reacted to the truck crossing the grass with comments like, "That next day delivery ain't no joke." Amazon itself told CNN, "Safety is our top priority, and this does not reflect the high standards we have for our transportation service providers." People kept asking Cammie, "Why are you driving on the shoulder?"
We were doing that because we were also going to follow the Amazon truck.
Which she and her boyfriend did. As one poster noted, "Looks like a normal day in Texas. We make our own exits." But in this case, it was an exit to nowhere.
The service road actually had a dead end.
So the Amazon truck ended up stuck in another traffic jam. Nothing prime about that shortcut.
Look at where you came from, look at you now.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
A dead end, of course.
I've never heard the song.
No, I haven't either. That's new to us. Okay, somebody's like tiptoeing through the tulips.
I think it might be the Amazon delivery guy. Coming up next on Live at 4, we'll tell you about the blackout challenge, a concerning trend on the social media app TikTok.
And then at 5 o'clock, our Jamie Perez talks to an Afghanistan veteran about what he is doing to help refugees.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Baths is looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower installed in as little as 1 day. From walk-in showers to barrier-free designs, we'll visit with you to come up with a layout to fit your space and needs. Add a safety seat, grab bars, and mounted handhelds for comfort and convenience. And for the ultimate in relaxation, look at our walk-in tub with hydrotherapy. Update your bathroom now. 20 homeowners will save with free installation. But these are the final days. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for the free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Tonight at 5, U.S. health officials are recommending a COVID booster shot for all Americans. Why doctors say it's needed ahead at 5.
And we're looking at a little bit of a warm trend for the next few days. A rain chance really building in late Friday and into Saturday to start the weekend. We'll take a look at your full 10-day.
And ahead at 6, a special investigation as kids head back to the classroom. How your child's district plans to track COVID vaccinations. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Advocates are urging TikTok to improve its parental monitoring features.
So this comes after a series of children died while attempting a very dangerous challenge.
Femi Redwood explains.
Joshua Hallier was like many 12-year-olds. He did chores and would help with family meals.
Guess what this share with the rest of us?
He was also an aspiring actor.
A brilliant, smart, outgoing, he's the light for our house.
But Hallier Zerahun says that light was lost when his son died this spring. The family believes Joshua choked himself while attempting the blackout challenge on TikTok.
Right now it's very quiet. I don't even hear any loud noise at home anymore. That is the one that really gets me too. So sorry.
While dangerous games have circulated on social media for years under different names, the blackout challenge has recently been connected to several deaths.
TikTok's just not a safe place for kids.
Dahlia Hashad is with the group Parents Together. She says while there are some parental settings on TikTok, it's not possible to know exactly what videos kids are watching. The group has gathered more than 12,000 signatures on a petition requesting TikTok create mirror accounts.
Which means that kids would be able to log on their device and parents would log on theirs and they would be able to see exactly what TikTok is serving their children.
TikTok has not contacted Parents Together and declined our interview request. In a statement, the company says TikTok has taken industry-first steps to protect teens and promote age-appropriate experiences, including strong default privacy settings for minors. The social media giant also says it blocked content related to inappropriate hashtags or phrases.
I'm sure Joshua, if he knew this was going to kill him, I know he wouldn't do it.
Zerahun is sharing his son's story, hoping it will save lives. Femi Redwood, CBS News, New York.
Zerahun launched a foundation for his son called Joshua Keep Shining.
That is scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, it is.
Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here taking your calls at 270-9933.
She is out on the backyard patio ready to take your calls when we come back.
With one of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family that has grown a little bit since, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud third generation owners, and now we're working on our fourth generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad or bought from your uncles or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the three of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now. Very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, 2 salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. I did. What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. With things getting back to normal, we're proud to have been able to continue to serve homeowners during these difficult times. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by just 3% of contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor. We continue to make all the proper precautions to keep our employees and homeowners safe. Taking care of our customers is our top priority.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase.
And welcome back. I'll look at our first warn traffic right now. No reported incidents, but we are seeing our slowdowns on the Beltline and our standard areas, and also 151 a little bit slow as of right now. But taking a jump to Janesville, lots of green still here on this map. So looking at everything in whole, we're looking pretty good to go in terms of our traffic report right now this afternoon.
All right, Austin, thank you. We're not sure how comforting they are right now, but comfort dogs Safford and Daisy got into a wrestling match during downtime at the sheriff's office in Orlando, Florida. The office said, quote, even they need a little stress relief now and then.
That's just what we do here at work.
Comfort dogs. There you go. All right, Lisa Briggs standing by outside taking your plant questions at 270-9933. We are awaiting your calls. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Warm enough out there?
It's a little steamy out here.
Yeah, just a little bit. But, the sun makes you glow.
Yes.
Oh, is that what it does?
You've got a nice glow about you.
Okay.
So go with it.
So what sorts of things should we be doing in the yard right now?
Well, I think one thing that you can do is if you have a veg garden and you maybe had some things that didn't work out, or you have some spaces, it's a perfect time to do like what we call late summer sowing. So anything like lettuce or spinach, all those crops that like cooler weather, do really well this time of year. There's plenty of warmth in the soil, so the seeds germinate really fast. And you can get things like baby carrots or beets, any of the little baby root crops, and then things that really love cold weather, like kale and that sort of thing. So that could be something you could do this weekend. It's supposed to be cooler Saturday and Sunday.
Charlotte heard kale.
I heard kale, and I was like, okay, sign me up.
Any transplanting this time of year, or just hold off?
If you've got iris and you want to thin your iris beds, now is the time to do that. I'm working on that myself. Started last weekend. There were way more iris in that bed than I thought there were. Got
All
about
right.
halfway through.
All right.
Okay.
We got some calls now. Let's start with Scott in Wisconsin Dells. Hi, Scott.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your question?
I've got a question. Lately, we see all around the area the lilac bushes seem to be dying, and we don't know why, and they're just like dying.
There is a disease it's a fungal disease called Septoria leaf blight, and it has really hit lilacs hard this year. The weather this spring was weird, so a lot of them got anthracnose, but a lot of those start off like a dark brown spot, and then the patch gets bigger, and then the leaf falls off. And it's a fungal disease, so do a really good cleanup this fall, get all of those leaves out of there, and you should be okay next year. Scrape a little bit of bark off the stems, and if you've still got nice green growth underneath that bark and you've got buds setting, you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, we have another caller, Sandy in Madison. Hi, Sandy. What is your question?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's too early to be planting like daffodil bulbs and that.
yes, it is too early to plant that kind of thing. So certainly you can buy those things now. If they come in a plastic bag, take them out of the plastic, put them in a flat box so they get good air circulation. But you really want to hold off planting that kind of thing until after the first good frost, when the temperature of the ground starts to cool. So that's usually around early to mid-October that you'd actually plant them.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks for calling.
All right, we have Diane from Sun Prairie. Hello, Diane. What's your question?
Hello. Do you know if there is an okra seed that I can grow here in this weather?
I think okra it's in part of the tomato family, and also peppers and eggplants are in that family. It has a little bit longer germination to harvest date, so I think you're sort of past the point of growing it now if you're just starting out.
Well, I've got some plants in the earth. They just don't seem to be producing as strongly as I would like.
It's been a weird year for tomatoes because the temperature's been up and down, and all of the crops in that nightshade family are not producing the way they usually do. Especially, we've heard it with peppers, but it could be okra as well. That's not a really common crop that that a lot of people plant, but it just might be the year of it.
All right, let's go to Angie in Jefferson. Hi, Angie. What's your question?
I planted quite a few irises and daylilies in one area over the last 2 years, and after they bloom, it just sort of looks lackluster, and I'm wondering if I can cut those back and plant annuals in the same area during the summer, or if I should just leave them. Like right now, I've just left the green growth, and it just sort of looks kind of blah.
Certainly you can move your irises now. Cut those long blades back to about 4 to 6 inches, and then dig up those rhizomes and then move them to another place. For the daylilies, you can move daylilies around as long as they're not flowering. They're pretty tough, so if you want to move those to another place as well where they're maybe behind something, so you see the flowers but not the foliage, you can do that now.
All right, we are out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Lisa, thanks for coming out today.
You're welcome. I see you guys soon.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5, how many Afghan refugees could be coming to Fort McCoy in Wisconsin? In the Madison School District student who was shot and killed over the weekend has been identified. What plea his family has for the public? Ahead at 5.
Back to school is not what it used to be.
There are new safety concerns, new protocols, and lots of questions.
We can help you navigate some of those hurdles with our Back to School series.
Join us every morning starting at 6:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Tonight's low 64 degrees, mostly clear skies overhead and a chance to see some patchy fog as well. Your extended forecast does show the warmer conditions sticking around for some time, but by the time we see Saturday, a little bit on the cooler side of things as scattered showers and thunderstorms looks to roll through. Then we do look to dry things up for our Sunday, but afterwards a few more chances for showers and storms on both Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures look to get a little bit closer to average as well towards the end of this forecast as our average high temperature, it's that time of the year, is finally starting to drop again.
Going down.
Well, on the next Live at 4, the story behind the only American woman ever executed by the Nazis and her connection to Madison.
And we'll tell you how you can meet and greet members of the UW women's volleyball team. That's coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4.
If you've been hurt in a motorcycle accident, call Gruber Law Offices. Proving it wasn't your fault can be extremely difficult without an aggressive team on your side. So call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. With things getting back to normal, we're proud to have been able to continue to serve homeowners during these difficult times. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by just 3% of contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor. We continue to make all the proper precautions to keep our employees and homeowners safe. Taking care of our customers is our top priority.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
In today's Final Touch, it might not be something you'd associate with the ancient city of Pompeii.
Tourists can now visit one of its original fast food joints. A Thermopolium was an establishment selling hot food and beverage, essentially fast food. The Thermopolium is now once again open to the public. Low and middle class Romans would have lunch in these places. There are already nearly 80 Thermopolia in Pompeii, but experts say this one is particularly special because of its bar decorations and paintings. It features images of animals which were probably cooked and served at the building at one point in time.